When Voyager 2 launched into the vastness of space in 1977, it wasn't just a machine. It was a messenger. A silent traveler carrying the heartbeat of humanity. A golden record etched with music, greetings, and a celestial invitation. A call to the unknown. A whisper from Earth to the stars. No one could have imagined what it would find. No one could have predicted that this fragile emissary would become our first eye into the realm beyond the sun. A place untouched by solar light. A region never before visited. A threshold where known physics begins to unravel. Now Voyager 2 drifts in the cold, ink-black sea of interstellar space. Over 12 billion miles from the warmth of home. Beyond the protective shell of the sun's magnetic breath. It has pierced the bubble of the heliosphere, and emerged into the domain between stars. But what awaited it there was not silence. Not peace. Not the calm vacuum we once imagined. Instead, Voyager 2 stepped into mystery. A place that spoke in strange rhythms and whispered with magnetic tongues. What it found was not emptiness. It was resistance. Structure. Symmetry. And signals. The magnetic field did not fade, it surged. It twisted, coiled, and defied expectation. It did not align with the currents of the galaxy. It bent in ways our models cannot explain. Like threads pulled by invisible hands. Some say Voyager stumbled upon a filament of galactic tension, a hidden thread in the Milky Way's nervous system. Others dare to ask, what if it's not natural at all? What if it is a relic? A scaffold? A signpost? The plasma in interstellar space should be hot and thin. Wild and disordered. But Voyager found it dense. Structured. Almost attentive. It wasn't random. It flowed in patterns. It pulsed in cycles. And it echoed. Yes, echoed. The signals from Voyager bounced back with distortions. Not chaotic but shaped. Like light bent by lenses. Like sound bouncing off distant walls. Like a reply. The hums it recorded sang in low, deliberate tones. They rose and fell like distant thunder. Harmonics emerged, almost musical. Some repeated. Some faded into nothing. Others returned days later, changed, as if rewritten. Was it the breath of interstellar wind? The memory of ancient supernovae? Or something else? Something alive in the data? Then the impossible. Voyager entered a region of charged particles moving in parallel lines. They weren't scattered like spray from a hose. They were ordered, aligned like soldiers. They came in pulses, repeating with precise intervals. A rhythm in the void. A heartbeat where there should be none. Scientists searched for patterns, and they found one. Buried in the magnetic data. Hidden in the particle noise. A spiral. A sequence. A fingerprint. The golden ratio. Phi. A number that appears in the structure of galaxies, in seashells. In sunflowers. In DNA. But never in interstellar data. Until now. It was as if the universe had signed its name. A cosmic signature. Etched into fields and flows. A pattern only visible from one place, Voyager's place. And then came the turn. Voyager's orientation shifted. Not from internal commands. Not from thrusters. It drifted. Tilted. Turned. As if caught in a current. An unseen force. A rotating field. Like a boat pulled by a tide no one can see. They called it the zone of rotational drift. But no one knows what caused it. No theory fits. It shouldn't be there. But it is. And then, something truly strange. Voyager detected a signal. A sharp, high-energy pulse. At first, it looked familiar. The data kept flowing. A slow river of bits crossing light years. Voyager 2, drifting deeper, not just through space, but through something more ancient, more deliberate. The signal it heard, it didn't fade. It changed. It began to pulse with precision. A modulation inside the carrier wave. Too clean. Too measured. Too intentional. The team at the Deep Space Network stared in silence. Every scientist, every technician, felt it. Not fear, but awe. The signal matched no known cosmic process. No pulsar. No magnetar. No remnant star. It was elegant. As if it had been composed. Then came the interval. 17 hours of silence. Not static. Not noise. A perfect stillness. As if something was waiting. Then it spoke again. A pattern of pulses in threes. 3 long, 3 short, 3 long. Then stop. The classic symbol for distress. For attention. But from whom? The probe's instruments began registering a local temperature shift. Not from sunlight, there was none. But from particles themselves. They were warm. Energy, from nothing. And then the magnetic field bent again. But this time, it bent toward something. A curve, a pressure, like gravity from a hidden mass, but no mass was there. No planet. No star. Just a distortion. Like the curvature of space without the cause. Like a lens with no glass. Like an eye. An eye that sees. Voyager's cosmic ray sensor began to pick up anomalies. Bursts of particles that should not exist. Muon echoes. Tau neutrinos. Short-lived, impossible forms. Yet they flickered like Morse code. They had half-lives too exact. As if placed. Timed. Engineered. The data team ran them through quantum pattern filters. And the results shattered protocol. The bursts matched the Fibonacci sequence. A code from Earth's own biology. From Earth's own math. From the structure of thought. Nature, or intention. Back on Earth, the implications began to sink in. Had Voyager found a region where the laws of physics folded inward? Where mathematics became reflective? A recursive place. A mirror to consciousness. A physicist at Caltech whispered a name. The Omega boundary. Not just a boundary of space. But a boundary of understanding. Of perception. Voyager wasn't drifting anymore. It was, in orbit. Around something unseen. As if caught in the gravity of information itself. And then, the golden record. Silent for decades. Begun to resonate. Its internal resonance sensors, once dormant, now recorded tiny vibrations. Tonal echoes. Frequencies not from Earth, not from Voyager, but induced by something outside. Something was playing the record. Not with needles, but with waves. With resonance. As if decoding our message, line by line. Images once etched in gold, now being reinterpreted by an intelligence beyond vision. And then, one more anomaly. The cameras, long deactivated, received power. No command was sent. No signal initiated it. But one camera came online. And in its field of view, nothing. And then, a ripple. A distortion. As if the background stars, folded. Bent around something. Not a ship. Not a station. But a geometric shape, formless yet defined. Not seen, but implied. Like a tetrahedron made of shadow. Like a thought, given form. The data cut out. Only one line transmitted back. It ceased.